That's what film can do for you.
Here we are in the first quarter and going down during the second quarter. And the third quarter seems to be very similar to the second
Yeah. Ah. Remember the day you put your hooks in me. It's all about to change, not another casualty. Hope you're feeling brave, I'm feeling like a good killing spree. Gravitational wave, not another casualty. Don't wanna give in, I don't wanna believe. This situation is no win, not for you, not for me. Pull me closer to you, just don't know the lengths I will go to. This ain't free and it ain't cheap. You picked the apple from the wrong tree. Remember the day you put your hooks in me. It's all about to change.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
I choose excitement.
I choose to make a difference.
I choose uncommon opportunities.
I choose Red to experience learning to a greater degree.
Choose Red. Choose the University of Central Missouri.
Pure cinematic.
Not everyone in every organization is worthy of your charity. Some are actually scammers.
I put on a fake beard and tried begging in New York City.
You help me, man?
People gave me money. They gave me money when my cardboard sign said homeless and cold, and they even gave when I changed it to need a beer.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
When we asked givers why they gave, people said things like this.
I don't know, that guy looked pretty needy, I suppose.
I just begged for an hour, but I did well. If I did this for an 8-hour day, I would have made $90. 23,000 for a year. Tax-free.
So who should you donate to? Let's talk to the guy who is not really.
John Stossel loves, it's hounding the homeless. He's done this segment countless times, where he goes and he pretends to be homeless, and then he goes, ha ha, people give me money. Yeah, I know, they thought you were homeless. They were trying to be decent human beings. They didn't know you were a fox in disguise.
Are you suggesting that the people who are begging for money on the streets, we should not give them money?
Yes, and it's not I who am suggesting that. The people who work with the homeless say don't give them money. It's a bad thing. You're an enabler. You're enabling their alcohol or their drug habit. And far better to, if you really think they're for real, and most are not, to try to help them get to one of the social service agencies.
But I think some people
Pause it here. Now, John Stossel has no idea if these people are for real, but I can guarantee you this. These people are real human beings. That I can guarantee you. And I don't know what for real means. That same study said that 94% of people use that money for food. But they are really...
My opinion about homeless people is that they're human like us and they have opportunities and chances in this life, but because they think they're being homeless, they will be neglected and they won't have any opportunities or they won't achieve anything of their dreams.
I think there's multiple types of homeless people. There's those who have given up on life and don't look for jobs and don't try to be part of society, generally the bums and the druggies. And then there's those who have just fallen on bad times who can't help the situation they're in and are doing their best but aren't exactly going anywhere.
Oh, I moved to Las Vegas for 20 years and I'm going through a divorce right now, and I'm being from Missouri, came back and I wound up in Warrensburg. I had a shelter. When my husband left me, we lost our mobile home and I was going to be homeless in Las Vegas, which is really bad. And I was trying to get back to Kansas City, but they had nowhere to stay. So I wound up, a friend of mine had heard of Destiny House, so she called here to see if she could get me in. He took some of the stuff with him. As far as I know, everything else was left behind. I took what I could pack and carry with me. Our son passed away 3 years ago and things haven't been good, so it's been getting worse. We did survive that. I've been here 3 months and they've helped me out with giving me the referrals for jobs to go, tell me where to go for like flexible staffing, the employment agency, and I was able to take care of a few other things while I was here. I've got my food stamps that I should have here in another week, and I was able to get a flu shot and get new glasses.
Normally a person comes, they can stay normally 30 days, and sometimes they come with jobs, sometimes they don't have a job, so they have to go look for a job. Sometimes it takes them a while to find a job. So we can extend their time up to 90 days. Let's say someone has been here 30 days. After 30 days is up, they should hopefully have a job. If they have a job, then they can extend up to 90 days. And hopefully within that 90-day period, they'll save their money, because when they come here, they don't have to buy any food, no clothing, no hygiene products. We provide all that for them, so they can just save their money and transition from here and pay their deposits on their places or whatever. And we've had people that actually came here and went and got married and found them apartments and moved on. Then we've had people that come here, and if they use drugs or alcohol while they're here, then they wind up getting drug tested. If they're positive, they get kicked out. And so we've had at least 3 people that I can remember that actually got kicked out because they didn't follow the rules. I would say this is more like transitional housing, where we're helping them to go from homelessness to where they can have sustainability, where they can actually go and live on their own. We actually had a young lady today that is expecting to get a job this Friday. When she gets a job, then after she gets that job, then in her case, she's actually going to allow us to handle her money for her, because she knows that she has a problem with handling finances.
While growing up, my opinion on homeless people has changed as I've learned that the world is much harder than I thought it used to be, like surviving out there and living in the real world. So I guess, yeah, my opinion has changed.
I think when I was growing up, I just didn't really understand how people could ever get to that point in their lives where their family would just not, because if something ever happened to me, I know my family would take care of me, so that never happened to me. And I guess when I was growing up, I never knew that some people's families aren't as good as mine, I guess, and so I didn't know that could ever happen to people.
I thought the homeless were just bums, and I didn't understand how you could be homeless as a kid. Growing up as a family, you start to realize that your family helps out a lot. And as a single mother, you realize how close you are to being homeless at any given point.
Well, I know even because I've never been homeless before. I've always thought homeless people were people that were bums, that were lazy, they were alcoholics or drug addicts. And I'm finding out that they aren't. Everybody is pretty much one paycheck away from being homeless.
What we do, we have a passion for what we do. And my wife and I are volunteers 100%. We don't get paid, we don't get offerings, we just do it because we want to help people. Sometimes you feel like the people that you feed will try to cut your hand off, but you still keep trying to feed them. you know, and so we do the best we can and to try to help people. And sometimes people appreciate it, sometimes they don't. But no matter what, that's what we have a passion to do, and so that's what we're doing. Everybody don't have that kind of passion. So I understand that everybody's not going to be able to do what we do, but that's what we have a passion for.
If it wasn't for this place, I would probably be homeless in Kansas City somewhere. And from what I've heard, that's really bad. The homeless shelters, I've heard they make you leave and take your stuff with you all day, and you're gone from like 6 or 7 in the morning and can't come back till like 6 at night. And you have to carry everything with you. No, here you've got your own room, you've got your own bed, and you can leave your stuff during the day. You do have to be out looking for a job from 9 to 4 during the day. I haven't found a job yet. I'm still looking. So hopefully it'll be pretty soon. I've got applications out all over town. But I'm doing better now than I was doing 3 years ago, but my husband stayed strong for me for the first couple of years. And then he seemed to be not doing too good last year. And the relationship got abusive. And I kicked him out, and I figured eventually once he pulled his self together, he'd be back. And he didn't want to come back, and we decided to get a divorce. When he left, he just cut off everything with me, and in the state of Nevada, you can't get any kind of alimony unless you have a child. Then you can apply for alimony to help. But so I had no money coming in at all. We would have never lost the mobile home if he wouldn't have left.
There are people that have a stigma about homeless people, and they don't want to have anything to do with homeless people and all of that. But many people are like one paycheck away from being homeless, you know, and so the deal is if we're not careful, every one of us would need help. And so, I mean, we've had actually UCM students that, you know, for instance, we have someone here now that's a UCM student who, because he can't stay in the dorm because of the holidays, had to move out and didn't have nowhere to go, so he's here until then. You know, so I mean, sometimes it's not just a person that's living on the street. It's just someone, because of their situation, find themselves needing help for a week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be.
My son hadn't passed away, I'm sure we'd probably still be together. Everything would probably be just fine. I'm sure. We had a good life.
If my parents cut me off today, I would definitely be homeless. I might be able to live with some of my friends or something, but I wouldn't make it very long. So it definitely helps out to have someone help you financially.
If my parents cut me off, which they're close to doing, it's going to be hard. And yeah, without my parents, I don't think I'd be very far from homeless at this point.
I would 100% be homeless because I work as a host at a restaurant and I wouldn't be able to pay for my cell phone, my gas, a car, school, nothing. I would definitely be homeless unless I had other family to back me up.
Probably, yes, I would be homeless. They do a great deal for helping me out through school so I can have the opportunity to get an education so I'm not homeless one day.
I don't know, I've never been to that situation before to tell you, but I'll do my best. I won't just give up if they cut me off. Being homeless is not about like you don't have a job or anything. It's just that you don't have a place to stay in or you got no family. That's it.
We aren't all bums and drug addicts and alcoholics. Just some things have happened in our lives. And it's hard.
much good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
What results, Greg?
I haven't been with her in over a year. I didn't even talk to her until a few weeks ago. She called me and she said she needed to see me. That she had something to tell me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stephanie has HIV.
Wasn't that funny?
Why is that funny?
I've been waiting here all night for you to get home so I could share.
What are you talking about?
I found out Monday. I'm pregnant. I thought you were cheating. I just had to know before I made any kind of decision.
Would the baby,
I don't know. What time does the lab open?
in a couple hours.
social injustice,
racism, sexism,
tyranny, inequality,
mass poverty,
disrespect for others, starvation,
social justice,
equality,
democracy,
a more widespread education system,
being fair to everyone.
Social justice is just simply being tolerant of other people.
Everyone being equal and having the same rights.
I'm really excited that the film festival is coming.
Independent films and things like that.
I look forward to seeing what gets shown.
All right, well, I want to see that.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength in Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2015. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.